Ditka Live is sponsored in part by Winn-Dixie, Sprint PCS, and Big Shot Beverages. From WVUE, this is a Fox 8 Sports Special, Ditka Live. Now, the voice of the New Orleans Saints, Jerry Roman.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome for the head coach, Mike Ditka.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Gallagher. Welcome to another edition of Ditka Live. Nothing like a win to get you guys pumped. You guys ready to go tonight? Mike, I guess Jackie Gleason said it best, how sweet it is. Nothing like a W.
Yeah, it really got rid of the big monkey, the gorilla, whatever you want to call him. He was there. He was getting heavy. I thought it was an elephant on my back. But, and not only me, it had nothing really to do with me, more the team. I think that, you know, I said a little bit of success, I think, will give us some more confidence. I think we'll believe a little bit more in what we're doing, and hopefully if we do that, we can do a little better.
You excused wide receiver Darrell Hobbs from practice yesterday. Will he play this Sunday?
He will not play, and he will not even make the trip.
Why? What's the reason?
Well, it's just, you know, I get into a long dissertation. I really haven't told the media anything. To say that we have rules, and when rules aren't adhered to, then you have to do something about it, and that's basically what it comes down to.
Keith Schuler this past week, you talked all week, you talked to the psychologists, folks talked to him about letting go. He was able to let go this week. Was that really what you wanted to see from him? Well,
you know, I think Keith Schuler's a great kid, and I think he's a great quarterback, and you can say it's about letting go, or you can say it's about running the football, playing good defense, or passing the football. You know what he did, you know, I think the main thing is that he got a chance to show what he could do. He believed in himself, and he went out there and he did it. You know, he did it without strange things happening. We didn't get behind early. We didn't do some stupid things early to put him under pressure to throw the football. Once we got a running game going and we didn't turn the football over, you saw that he can play the game.
And I guess the most important thing for him, too, is not only playing one good game, but then putting together 2 and 3 good games.
Well, that's the whole football team. You know, not only one game, but 4 quarters. You got to play 4 quarters. You got to play game after game after game, and that's what we're looking for, some consistency. Because if we can do those things, I really believe we can play with most of the teams in the NFL. I really believe that. I believe that in the bottom of my heart. I really do.
Mario Bates rushed for 162 yards the other day. He's another guy who's had big games in the past, but hasn't been able to put it together for a 2 and 3 run stretch.
Well, you know, first of all, I mean, I understand what the media is talking about, but how many backs do put together 169-yard games back-to-back? You know, that doesn't happen, unless maybe Barry Sanders, but it doesn't happen that often. Mario Bates has a lot of talent, you know, and I think that he is starting to believe in what we're doing, and he's starting to believe more in Mario Bates. The main thing is that he believes in himself, because the greatest limitation people have in life is the limitation they put on themselves. They say, hey, I can't do it, it's too tough, or I can't be that consistent, or I can't reach that goal, and they don't. The guys who say, hey, I can reach that goal, they usually do.
All right, Mike, talking about Mario Bates leads us into our next segment. Each week we break down the Saints and their opponent. It's a segment we call the Coach's Chalkboard. Mike, let's break down Mario Bates' big run the other night, and really blocking was the key to this one.
Well, you know, we ran a counter play. You know, if you look at the play it gives through, everybody makes a good block on it. But yet again, he has the acceleration not only to explode through the hole, but to outrun the safety to the goal line. You're right. It was a very good play. We have not been running very many counters. That's been our fault because we've just been going with the straight-ahead slants and what we call blunts. And you have to be able to come back with a counter play to get, you know, what you do is you change the pursuit angles of people. And also, it's a trap action. And the guy played great, of course, and they know Willie Rofe played good and our line played good, but I'd tell you what, our fullback, Ray Zellers, did a great job.
You told a story earlier this week about Ray Zellers coming to you, and you actually saying something to Ray Zellers about, hey, we're going to get you the football. Repeat that story a little bit.
Well, and I went to him on the sideline because I felt kind of bad. You know, he was out there blocking and not getting the football, and he's a running back and a darn good one, and I said, Ray, you know, we're going to get the ball to you eventually. He said, don't worry about it, Coach. He said, I'm having the most fun I could possibly have. And, you know, I thought that was pretty good because that's a team player, and we got to have guys like that.
talking about fullbacks, the other side, Charles Way for the New York Giants, one of the best in the NFL. We break down another play with him. They've really been swinging the ball out. The Giants have been getting the ball out to him a lot in the flats.
Well, a big part of their offense is what we call the swing pass, the flare. And they do that a lot with what they do, so they get it out to him. This here is a bootleg. This is actually what we got. This is a San Francisco play. This has been copied many times. We run it, but we kind of put it away for a while because it hasn't worked too well for it. But it's what we call an under bootleg, really. And so they get the ball to. But they do a lot of flaring the back out. Now, some of what they do, right here's another one. They get them with a short pass out of the backfield. They've got a good offense. The scheme of what they do is very good. There's no question about it. They've got a very good defense. Now, they're 1-3, so when I say that, people say, well, I'm blowing smoke at them because, no, when we look at film, we can tell who's a solid football team and who isn't. They're a solid football team.
All right, Mike, we're just getting started. We got to take our first break, but up next, we will continue breaking down the Giants. Former Super Bowl most valuable player O.J. Anderson will join us. The Sprint NFL Connection is next.
You've done the math and figured out that you can consolidate bills and still afford to make some home improvements. But the lenders tell you that you don't have enough equity. Hi, I'm Dan Marino. If this has happened to you, call First Plus Financial at 1-800-510-PLUS. They'll lend you up to 125% of the value of your home, less your first mortgage balance. There's no application fees, and you'll get an answer before you hang up. Don't listen to those other lenders. Call First Plus at 1-800-510-PLUS.
That's it. It's time for a big shot.
Oh, yeah, y'all, we do need a big shot.
We need a big shot on our side.
We need a big shot. We need a big shot.
You need a big shot? I got your big shot right here. We got 12 delicious flavors, and you'll love them all.
A&P has all your Big Shot tailgate party needs at prices too low to mention. Look for our and my Big Shot displays at A&P.
To take advantage of substantial cash back at the Dodge Big Model Year clearance, you're going to have to act fast. Because with $2,000 cash back, our supply of Neons will quickly expire. With $2,000 cash back on Stratus, inventory will rapidly run out. And with up to $2,000 cash back on Intrepid, time isn't the only thing that's going to fly. So hurry to your Dodge dealer, because these special offers end October 6th. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Son, your mother and I have been talking, and we agree that you should have your own car. And not just any car. Price is no object. What matters to us is your happiness. Yes, sir, son. You say the word, and I'll buy it today. Or if you don't want one, just run later, Dad, and hop out.
Later, Dad.
If you can't hear everything, you don't know what you're missing. Nationwide wireless with 100% digital clarity from Sprint PCS. The clear alternative to cellular.
The NFL Connection is brought to you by Sprint PCS.
Welcome back to Ditka Live, everybody. Each week we break down the opposition. This week, of course, we're going to the Meadowlands to take on the New York Giants. It's a segment we call Mike's Matchups. And here's our Joe Trahan. Joe?
Thanks so much, Jimmy. Now, the Giants have lost their last 3 straight, and they are a team in search of confidence, especially on offense. And that's where we'll start this week's edition of Mike's Matchups. Kicking off this week's matchups, Giants quarterback Dave Brown, who's been the starter there for 4 years, against the Saints secondary and strong safety Anthony Newman, still getting it done in his 10th year in the league. Brown and the Giants offense struggled to get anything going against St. Louis, failing to score a touchdown. First-year Giants coach Jim Fassel says it's time for his offensive leader to step up and carry his part of the load. Talk about stepping up. Newman was a big play machine against Detroit. He picked off Scott Mitchell twice and recovered a fumble. The Saints' strong safety will be trying to spark the Saints' defense to another suffocating effort. Matchup number 2, the Giants' second-round pick, Tiki Barber, a rookie running back out of Virginia, against Saints strong side linebacker Richard Harvey in his 8th year out of Tulane. Barber's looking to rebound after a tough outing last week. The rookie fumbled after absorbing this vicious shot. He'll be looking to get up off the carpet against the Saints. Meanwhile, Harvey will be looking to lay some serious wood on Barber. There's not much flash and dash in his game, but Harvey brings his hard hat and lunch pail each and every week. His mission? To provide that steadying, solid force in the Saints' run defense. And our final matchup, Mario Bates, the Saints' speedy tailback in his 4th year, versus Corey Widmer, a converted middle linebacker in his 6th year out of Montana State, where he played on the defensive line. Several times, Saints fans have seen flashes of brilliance from Mario Bates. He'll be looking to build on his best day ever as a pro last week against the Lions. He'll have his work cut out, though. The Giants' defense yields just under 100 yards on the ground per game. Big number 90, seen here in the drop shadow, knows how to stuff a hole. He'll be looking to shut down the Saints' running game. And when you least expect it, the Giants like to turn Whitmer loose after the quarterback.
Now, Coach, the Giants have struggled moving the ball. What will your defensive mindset be to try and keep Jim Fassel and company singing the blues?
Well, John, I don't think you change really much what you're doing. You know, you're going to try to change up the picture of what you're doing. Depends. They use what we call a lot of packages. They use 2 receivers, 1 back. They use 2 backs, 2 receivers, and a tight end. And then they use 3 receivers, a tight end, and 1 back. So they use a lot of packages to try to confuse you. We're just going to play football. I think it's important that we're aggressive. I think it's important that we blitz some in the football game, and also that we get good coverage on the outside receiver. They're a very capable offense. They've been having problems, but they're rated the same place we are. So if they're having problems, we're having problems.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. We're just getting started on the Giants. Each week, the Sprint PCS NFL Connection takes us across the country. This week, we're in New Jersey, where we're joined by former Super Bowl most valuable player, Otis Anderson. Otis, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good, thank you.
Otis, let's talk a little bit about the quarterback situation up in with the Giants. First of all, how is Dave Brown playing for this team?
Well, I think Dave Brown needed a lot of help. I think the offensive line is not doing a great job, not doing the things that they're capable of doing. And, you know, with football, it's all about confidence. If your quarterback, every time he drops back to throw a pass, he feels he has to move his feet around and he can't ever get set, that means something up front is definitely going wrong, and you can see that it's happening.
You know, O.J., this is Mike Ditka. You know, I couldn't be helped but being impressed by the defense the Giants have played, and I really think, you know, I know the secondary is a good secondary, but you can't help but be impressed by the front 7, the way they're playing right now. Playing a very aggressive style of defense, a lot of stunning, a lot of blitzing, and they're causing a lot of problems running the football.
Well, the Giants' philosophy is to stop the run. Most teams, based on their last year record, a lot of teams ran the ball pretty well against the Giants. The Giants really went out to stop that. That's why they got Corey Whitmer and Corey Miller both playing a lot more than like last year. They had Marcus Buckley playing a lot more. Corey Miller's a lot bigger, stronger. So you have to let these guys kind of play a little bit. And you're right, the front 7, they are playing well. They are playing very aggressive. And in all honesty, they're the one why the Giants are staying close in a lot of games that they have lost. But the defense is keeping them close.
Yep. Otis, folks in New York can be pretty tough on a first-year head coach, especially a guy like Jim Fassel. How is he holding up to the pressure of being in the #1 city in New York and handling the media and handling the pressure of handling that team?
Well, I think Coach Foster's doing a pretty good job. You know, the press is the press. It's all about winning. And if you can't win in New York, they're going to be on your case every day, every night. But what Foster's philosophy is, hey, this is a young team. If you look at the roster on this team, you have so many young ball players and so many first-year guys on this team. It's a team that's going to take some time to grow. We, as past players and as fans, it's growing pain, and has come with it. Coach Ditka would tell you the same thing with New Orleans. When you start a new program or trying to start from the bottom and build, you're going to have growing pains, and hopefully the pain is not so severe that you can't overcome.
Otis, thank you very much.
Thank you, O.J. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Now, Mike, of course, defense is going to be a key on Sunday. It is time now for us to look ahead. We're looking at the Jeep Wrangler of the week, and this week we take a look at defensive tackle Wayne Martin. And Mike, it's hard to imagine a guy playing much better than Wayne did the other day.
Well, you know, the thing about playing good, it's one thing to play good, but I think the thing you got to realize in this game, he went up against a good football player. Now, Jeff Hartman is the right guard from Penn State. He's a second-year guy, first-round pick last year. good football player. But I told Wayne earlier in the week, I said, this is going to be one of the better guards you're going to go up against. Well, he accepted that challenge, and he went right after him.
4 sacks. He's the NFC's Defensive Player of the Week.
I hope he gets that every week.
Now, how would you like to win a brand new 1998 Jeep Wrangler? If so, all you have to do is look for this display at participating Jeep dealers. All you have to do is fill out the entry blank and send it to us right here at Fox 8. Now, up next, we're going to head into the studio audience. The fans here get their chance to question the coach. Ditka Live is going to roll on.
Be there to cheer the Saints in New York on September 28th. Let DMI, the official travel company of the Saints, make all the arrangements for you. Wrangler of the Game was brought to you by your local Jeep Eagle dealers.
So that you can go to these extremes, we've gone to some of our own. Introducing the ultimate Grand Cherokee event, featuring the best incentives of the year on 1997 Jeep Grand Cherokees, like low 4.8% financing, or this remarkable $329 a month lease. But hurry, these incredible incentives end when the 97 Grand Cherokees are gone. So now, more than ever, Grand Cherokee can take you to extreme.
Now get special financing on Grand Cherokee.
Not everybody appreciated it, but Terry was just trying to help.
Here's the key to don't blitz it. You see, now you come in motion. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Terry was demonstrating how Strahan and the Giant D will try to slow down the Saints' running game.
Who's going to cover? Red dog!
Well, the guys got a little bit carried away.
You ask me, Weezy was out of position.
Fox, NFL Sunday. The Saints take on the Giants at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
WD brand beef is raised in the West, but it's fluent in a lot of languages. WD brand beef from Winn-Dixie, the beef people.
$2,000 cash back.
Best savings of the year.
For a limited time.
Now, get the best savings ever on Chrysler and Plymouth's Best. $2,000 cash back on the award-winning Plymouth Neon and Plymouth Breeze. Or get Plymouth Voyager, now the lowest price minivan you can buy. Plus, there's up to $2,000 on select Chryslers. And for the first time, even $1,000 cash back on the best-selling Sebring convertible. It's the Chrysler and Plymouth Best of the Best clearance for a limited time only at your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
At the Mic is brought to you by First Plus Financial. At First Plus, we're working for you.
All right, the Vucare Band, thank you very much, guys. Welcome back to Ditka Live. This show is designed for the fans. Each week, the studio audience here at Fox 8 gets a chance at the mic. Now, we start with, please give us your name and then give us your question.
My name's Joe Zappardo from Gentilly. And, Coach, I want to congratulate you on your first victory. Thank you. And also, what's your favorite restaurant in New Orleans?
I got a lot of them. You know, I got a good friend in that Joe Empasado, and I go over there probably as much as anywhere, but they're all good, Andre. The downtown, where, you know, this is the most amazing city in the country, really. I don't think that, you know, New York, as big as it is, Chicago, there are not as many good restaurants in those cities as there is in this city. This is unbelievable.
I agree with that. All right. Joe, thank you very much. What's your name and what's your question, please?
My name is Bobby DeRoot, and I'm from the city of Kenner. Coach, with the success that the Saints had last week with Danny in the press box, will that continue, or will we be coming back down to the sideline?
No, I think Danny wants to stay up here. This was something that was really, you know, it was suggested early in the year by Mr. Kuharic and really never panned out. Danny has decided to go up there, I think for a couple reasons, and I'll be honest with you. I think he can see things better, but I think he doesn't have to listen to me as much when he's up there.
What's your name and what's your question, please?
Hi, my name is Vicki Piper. I'm from Tarrytown. Coach, from the start of the preseason up until now, how do you feel the team has progressed?
Well, I really thought we'd be a little better at this point. I thought we'd have some earlier success during the season, and I remain tremendously optimistic that we can. I think there's still a couple of things that have to be done with this football team as far as personnel is concerned, but I think the attitude, the effort has been very good. I just think we need a little success so we can get our confidence level up.
Thanks for the question. What is your name and what's your question, please?
Hi, I'm Sherry Robichaud from Cutoff. And I was wondering, what is your personal method of dealing with a really bad official call?
My personal way of... Well, you know, I tell you lately, you know, and I'll be honest with you, I've seen some calls out there and I've just shaken my head. There's nothing you can do, and it really doesn't do me any good to get upset and involved. I'm supposed to be the leader of the football team, and if I lose my cool, then everybody else is going to lose their cool. You can't get too involved. I really believe officials do the best job they can. I don't think they try to make mistakes. But unfortunately, everybody's human. We all do make mistakes, so I think we really have the best officiating you could have the National Football League has.
All right, thanks for the question. What's your name and what's your question?
Lewis Lauer from New Orleans. On 3rd and 2, do you run or pass?
Which one you want to do? Tell me. First time we got 3rd and 2, what do you want to pass or run?
I say you run for it.
We're going to go for it. Run it. That's how we call plays.
All right, guys, thank you very much. We appreciate it, and thanks to the Saint Station. Now, up next on Ditka Live, we're going to profile running back Mario Bates. He had a big game the other day. His story and more with the coach as Ditka Live rolls on.
You've done the math and figured out that you can consolidate bills and still afford to make some home improvements. But the lenders tell you that you don't have enough equity. Hi, I'm Dan Marino. If this has happened to you, call First Plus Financial at 1-800-510-PLUS. They'll lend you up to 125% of the value of your home, less your first mortgage balance. There's no application fees, and you'll get an answer before you hang up. Don't listen to those other lenders. Call First Plus at 1-800-510-PLUS.
Football is all about teamwork, how well you communicate with others. That means talking, listening, and paying attention. Because if you want to win, everyone has to be on the same page. With the Radiophone team, you won't miss a single call. Radiophone knows performance is everything. You decide. You make the call. '57. I thought they retired that number.
Well, if I had money, I'd tell you what to do. I'd go downtown, buy a Ford truck or two. I'm crazy about a Ford truck. Lord, I'm crazy about a Ford truck. I'm gonna buy me a Ford truck and cruise it up and down the road.
See your local Southern Quality Ford dealer now for a big $1,000 cash back or low 2.9 APR on Ford Ranger, America's best-selling compact pickup.
That's it. It's time for a big shot.
Oh, yeah, y'all, we do need a big shot.
We need a big shot on our side.
We need a big shot. We need a big shot.
You need a big shot? I got your big shot right here. We got 12 delicious flavors, and you'll love them all.
Saber Center has all your big shot tailgate party needs at prices too low to mention. Look for Iron Mike Big Shot displays at Saber Center.
Big Shot of the Week is brought to you by Big Shot Beverages.
Welcome back to Ditka Live, everybody. Each week we profile the impact players on and off the field. It's the Big Shot of the Week, and tonight we feature running back Mario Bates. Mario Bates exploded last Sunday against the Lions. His 162 yards added up to his best rushing day ever as a pro.
I've been here before, you know, and you know, I had big games. I didn't have a good game, you know. But if you go back to the past, and if we were consistent with the running game, we could have been on a consistent level with the wins.
The wins have come when Bates has performed. He's rushed for over 100 yards 5 times in his career. The Saints are 5-0
in those games.
Consistency for me, you know, having another 100-yard game would be good, nice, real nice. And just, you know, for the offensive linemen, you know, if they have it in them to be consistent, you become more comfortable running the ball. You become more comfortable with the offense if you're consistent.
Sunday against the Lions, Mario Bates rushed for 2 touchdowns and completed the first touchdown pass of his career. Like the rest of the offense, that play was set up by the running game.
When you stick with the run, the run's successful, it helps out Heath. And, you know, it's not even necessarily helps out Heath. It helps out any quarterback if you can run the ball. And if he sticks with the run and we run the ball hard and be consistent with it, we're going to do well on offense.
Mike, you took Mario Bates out of the lineup because he wasn't blocking. Has his blocking improved the last couple of weeks?
Well, we didn't have to block him last week because he was running the ball the whole time. No, it has. In pass protection, he has. He's trying, and he's doing a better job. But, you know, Mario really he's a runner. I mean, let's not fool ourselves what he is. He's a runner, and therefore what he's saying is exactly true. Now, I didn't know those stats. 5 100-yard games, 5 wins. Well, he'll get the ball enough to get 100 yards, please.
Now, of course, the Saints are on the road next week, but then they're home for a 3-game stretch against the NFC West. Atlanta, Carolina, San Francisco, all back-to-back-to-back, and good seats are still available for all 3 games. All you have to do is call the Saints ticket office, 731-1700, for more information. Mike, you've got 1 in a row. How important is getting a second win in New York this weekend?
Well, you know, we can only do what we do. We're going to go up there to win a football game, and I think we have the ability to win that football game. I think our players understand what has to happen. But, you know, the thing is, we've got to keep going forward. Jimmy, if we keep going forward, there's no question in my mind we'll win our share of football game. We just can't take a step forward like we did last week and then go backward. We've got to do the same things. We've got to be effective in the running area, defensively, and we got to be effective on special teams and don't turn the football over, period.
Again, last week, no turnovers. It makes such a... I don't think people realize it until you don't turn the ball, what a difference it does make.
It changes everything, field position, everything. Everything.
Mike, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, it's the most important thing you can do. The turnover is so hard to overcome. If you give the ball up 2 times and don't get it back 2 times, it's very hard to win a football. You might, but it's very hard. If you give it up 6 times, I'll guarantee you won't win.
Mike Ditka, thank you very much. Good luck this week in New York. Now, of course, we'll be back here at the same time next week. Next up, the Saints are traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. It is the coach in the Windy City. It's his first regular season game against the Bears. It's going to be a wild week, and we'll be back here next week. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you next week on Ditka Live.
Following companies have provided products or services for promotional consideration. Southern Forest Products Association. Norwalk, the furniture idea. Southeast Hardwood Flooring Distributors, the complete hardwood flooring distributor. Lucky Dogs, featuring Likes Meats. Zapp's Potato Chips. Big Shot Beverages. And Black and Gold Sports Shop. Special thanks to the Bucare Band, the New Orleans Saints, the Louisiana Superdome, Bayou Steel Corporation, and Xavier University.